In today's fast-paced world of emergency care, there's little time for hesitation. Before a medic calls in an assessment, they need to understand that the nurse at the base sits on the threshold of chaos every day. They are the thin blue line between medical anarchy and appropriate medical direction. Let's listen in.
Hey Bruce, priority 2, medic 61.
Medic 61, this is Nurse Tomaszewski. Proceed with your report.
MEDCOM, this is Medic 61, Paramedic O'Connor, a 53-year-old white male, 85 kilograms, conscious and alert, complaining of pain of 10/10. He fell approximately 10 feet to pavement off of a ladder. He has a closed left femur fracture with positive distal pulses. All other findings are unremarkable. We're going to Cooper with an ETA of 10 minutes. He's on a long backboard hard collar. CID are all in place along with high flow oxygen. We'll be initiating IV access ×2. We're requesting 50 milligrams of fentanyl for pain management.
Machine gun deliveries can traumatize unsuspecting RNs. Play it safe and don't use drive-by tactics to deliver an assessment. Let's try this again.
It's to the burning love of Medic 61. We coming at ya. We just roll up onto this palatial house. The place is awesome, but there's this worker here. He could be the owner. I don't even know for sure. But dude is a hurting. He's a hurting puppy. But he's going to be Irie. We're going to be going Cooper Hospital, I think. Maybe Our Lady Lourdes, but no, I think we'd go Cooper now. We have a patient here who we're waiting on the BLS. He's going to take good care of him too. He's going to be Irie. He's got the pupils that are equal and reactive. He blood pressure, he's 132/78. From the looks of things, this older man, he's old. He's older than me, but not real old. He on a ladder and he fall down. He shouldn't be up on this ladder so high, or maybe if he is high, he shouldn't be on the ladder. The blood pressure, mind, is steady. It's a 132/78. It is 132/78. It was 142/78 before, but it's down to 132/78. His pupils, man, they're equal. They're both around in the same size, and they do the same thing when you shine a light on them. Anyway, he does have a history of diabetes, and we put an IV in him for that. Probably another IV after that. He broke his leg too. I'm thinking one femur, maybe the other one. We check it in a minute. But now we're putting him. I told you BLS is here with his blood pressure. It's 132/78. This is a big house he's at, man. So I better check, make sure this is where he lives, so we can find out if he has some medicine to take for his diabetes.
By golly, I think that report sounds quite peculiar.
Disjointed reports cause both confusion and delays. He's bound to get it right at some point. Let's give him another chance.
MEDCOM, this is Medic 61, Paramedic O'Connor with a priority 2. MEDCOM, fine and good morning to you. As I previously said, this is Paramedic James O'Connor. A story of tragedy and courage. Our very own Hallmark movie in the making. Today, our 53-year-old patient who comes from a long line of blue-collar workers, those who are truly the salt of America, the backbone of our country, the gasoline that drives the pickup truck that is the United States of America. Back in 1962, when this patient was only 6 years old, making him born in the year of 1956, he struggled with a history of German measles. He contracted it in Berlin, a short car ride from Chislehurst. As our patient entered his teens, he was conflicted, confused, angry, curious, and sad. He was cursed with the bane of adolescence, acne. This difficult period, he sought solace with self-medication, alcohol, drugs, the music of Kiss. I bring this up merely to give you a backstory of what has happened today. Could the addictions, the self-abuse, be the reason we are all here today? I don't know. I don't judge. Nobody here judges. We don't judge unless we've walked a mile in somebody's shoes. Sadly today, he cannot walk in his own shoes because he has fallen.
Oh my God, what happened to Bruce?
Damn it! Looks like we've lost another one, the Rambler syndrome.
Rambler's syndrome, a devastating condition that affects both the sufferer and those around him. Extreme cases have destroyed the careers of some of the best clinicians. please give generously to help eradicate this horror in our lifetime. For the love of God, please let him get through this.
MEDCOM, this is Medic 61, Paramedic O'Connor. We're en route to Cooper Trauma with an ETA of about 10 minutes. We have a 53-year-old white male, weighs about 85 kilograms. He was up on a ladder. He fell approximately 10 feet onto pavement, sustained a closed left femur fracture. Currently, the patient's conscious and oriented. He denies a loss of consciousness, patent airway without respiratory distress, strong radial and distal pulses. His skin is warm and dry, his color is good, and his capillary refill is brisk. He's able to move all extremities well. He denies any numbness or tingling, including beyond the injured site. Secondary assessment is unremarkable. He's secured to a long backboard, hard collar, CID are all in place, high flow oxygen by a non-rebreather mask, and he has IV access ×2. Blood pressure is 140/70, heart rate's 110, sinus tach without ectopics. Respiratory rate is unlabored at 18. Lung sounds are clear, an O2 sat of 100%. We went ahead with IV access ×2, and we'd like to go ahead with 50 micrograms of fentanyl to see how that does with the pain, and go ahead and repeat that if necessary and if vital signs support it.
Let's go to the judges for their scores.
In less than a minute, he provided me with all the information I needed. He told me what he saw, what he did, and what he wants.
It's all about
collaboration.
I respect you more.
No, I respect you.
I respect you.
I respect you.
I respect you way more.
It's all about the 3 C's: concise communication with collaboration.
Could the addictions, the self-abuse, be the reason we are all here today? I don't know. I don't judge. Nobody here judges. We don't judge unless we've walked a mile in somebody's shoes. Sadly, today, he cannot walk in his own shoes because he has fallen from up here to down here. The only law this individual adheres to is the law of gravity. His leg, I fear, is broken. What can we do about this? I don't know. I'm drawn to his leg immediately. There are other issues with him that I want to find out about. I've gone to his neighbors. I've asked his neighbors to call his family. They are en route here. We will talk to them shortly to find out anything else that we can about this young man, about the horrors of today, the horrors that are his life. Really, when you think about it, there are no accidents. There are unhappy occurrences. This man fell, but who are we to say that the blunt force broke his leg? Perhaps it was the blunt force of a life of tragedy, sadness, emptiness, and loneliness. If that's indeed the case, was it an accident of his own doing? Was it an accident of our own doing? Was it a deliberateness of us to turn our back on somebody who begged for help, who needed our help long before we were summoned here today by our 911 dispatch center? With all he's been through, he is certainly entitled to some form of analgesia to relieve his pain. Sadly, we carry nothing to ease the pain inside his heart. I need medication orders from you, but more importantly, I need an order to give him a hug. Standing by, ready for you. Thank you, Doctor.